It's 4:30 on the 10th of November, and this is with regard the ongoing issue of false reporting and defamation of my good name that is being conducted in the southwest of Ireland, where unfortunately there are still people with debts unmet and not concerned in the slightest about the dangers of not honouring debts. Debts, as we know, circulation of stolen wealth from a mother. Everybody's very aware of the dangers of fonging from people's wealth. So those that have debts owing to my name since 2005, they've been a lot worsened, much worsened since 2017. Those that are aware that my son is illegally from my care, there's a very dangerous issue. We're aware of what's happened north and south of the border prior to my son and the unlawful separation by two unidentified Garda Síochána. The issue of my son being a royal heir to two farm holdings, one in Ardfert in one in Ardfert in Tubertill, and the other in Kilflin, County Kerry. So it's quite dangerous that the child is only 8 years of age. It's quite dangerous that there are individuals that are coming in upon my properties in Ardfert and Kilflin as a married mother, and that there are people coming in on private property without their debts paid. So it's very dangerous. The Garda Síochána are aware of what has happened in this country prior to my son being taken from me illegally. I've experienced quite a lot of wrongdoings, and there's been a lot of crime prevention as a consequence of me. So it's really not safe for any judiciary or judicial reforms as a consequence that have, of all that's arisen from my son's abduction, the separation of my child from me. We're all aware, as I said, what has happened north and south of the border and over onto the British Isle, over in Britain. So this is a huge issue. It's not just about Brexit, it's about the health and safety, the health and hygiene. And I'm going to have to keep reiterating it until it's driven home. There is no support for crimes against the humanitarianism that child's abduction has initiated from my own humanitarian objectives, starting with the Millennium Goals. So those that are offending the Hippocratic Oath are a disservice to people's health. We've seen already how the failings have transpired in the health system, with people disrespecting record keeping, diagnoses, prescriptions, the whole lot. So those people that are already in quite a lot of trouble with the Hippocratic Oath are already worsening it with the disappearance of my child from my care. So there's a lot of I suppose, correspondence, notes, acknowledgements between the Ombudsman and my own correspondence, personal addresses, and these issues still haven't been addressed. So it's quite dangerous that there isn't one representative from the government or the Oireachtas or the Joint Committee that hasn't located the answers or even attempted to address the deaths or the damages or the disrespect to my innocent child. So those that are associating themselves with COVID-19 offending from my portfolio, unfortunately, are putting people's lives and integrity at risk. So those people, unfortunately, that are aware of the big objective to keep hygiene and health at a happy, healthy, steady level, those people that are telling themselves stories regarding the origins of all these circumstances north and south of the Irish border, all of these issues that have been caused and that my humanitarianism has addressed are still ongoing issues. So COVID-19 protocol is being offended in my daily experience, and I have been the only reason for that COVID starting since it was from my own health experiences. So it's really strange that there are people that are talking about COVID without actually having had the experience, and offending my innocent child is quite dangerous. Offending my only heir and the only heir to our farm holdings, offending our family name and our royal son is quite dangerous. So I'm really baffled that people haven't realised how dangerous a situation this is. But the United Nations, you're aware of the impact that Brexit has had. The Declaration of Human Rights is there in black and white, and the issue of mental health illnesses, of mental health practitioners no less, offending my good name has also transpired. So there's a lot going on. And it's really, I suppose, taking a lot for one decent, respectful, dignified representative of any of the departments that have obligations, not just to my royal titles, but to the contributions of reform that I have been making to this state and abroad. So those people that are taking it for granted when it's not a given, it's not put on a plate. I don't hand my portfolio to anybody. I don't hand anything to anyone without it having been earned, and it's not an entitlement to any other individuals from my credentials and my professional qualifications. So unfortunately, there's a huge damage being done to COVID-19. There's a huge damage being done to human rights north and south of the border of Ireland, unfortunately. Fabulous little country as we have it, but now the Vatican is aware in Italy or around the Italian coast there and beyond that there is a problem with the faith in Ireland because of people offending my nuptials and thinking as in free land that they're walking onto private property in Ardfert, Tuberhill and Kilflynn, Stacks Mountain, County Kerry of my name since 2015. So it's quite dangerous that the scene is still worsening. The crimes are still being committed and there's a child missing from my care. So those that are not paying their debts, I'm very concerned for you. As I've said, I have a huge faith purpose that has saved people's health and wealth, and those spending money stolen from me. I hate to say what has happened already in County Kerry because of debt evaders since 2006. So if there